Alrighty, welcome back. Today I will be predicting, on what I'm doing, but I will be predicting the week 3 games. First of all, we got the Panthers and the Texans. The Texans, they surprised us. They've been playing pretty decent football the past 2 weeks. I'm not even gonna lie. First they beat the Jaguars a little bit, and then they went up and they put up a somewhat decent showing against the Browns. But at the same time, I'm 95% sure that they just lost Tyrod Taylor. So, and the Panthers have been showing up. They beat the Jets 19-14, and then they beat the Saints. I want to say it was 26-17. Don't go into the comments and say, oh, was this. I didn't. I think it was actually 26-7 against the Saints. But don't assault me on this. Anyway, I do think that the Panthers are going to win. The Texans just lost their quarterback. The Panthers are on a 2-game win streak. One of them against who in week 1 looks like a playoff contender team. So I think that the Panthers are going to win this, and I don't really think it's going to be close. I think that they're going to win 35-3. Is my prediction for the Panthers-Texans game. Chiefs and Chargers. The Chargers are coming off a fat L to the Cowboys 2017. The Chiefs are coming off a very close comeback L from the Ravens, who came back and won the game 36-35 at the end of the fourth quarter. But the Chiefs all around are the better team, especially on offense. The Chargers have been somewhat struggling the first 2 games, scoring a total of 37 points, 20 in week 1 against the Washington football team, and 17 in week 2 against the Dallas Cowboys. And then the Kansas City Chiefs won in week 1, 33-29. I want to say against the Browns. And then, like I said earlier, they lost a nice little shootout comeback win for the Ravens, 35-36, where the Chiefs did take an L. These two are the only 2 AFC West teams that have a loss. Both the Raiders and the Broncos are 2-0. Broncos having a little bit of an easier start to the schedule, having the Jaguars and the Giants. The Raiders having a very fun game against the Ravens, and then we can talk about this later. But anyway, I do think that the Chiefs are going to win. Their offense is just a little too overpowered for this Chargers defense. And Herbert has been looking pretty good. I'm not even gonna lie. He looks good against us and against the football team. But it wasn't enough, and I don't think it's gonna be enough here either against the Kansas City Chiefs. On my prediction, I do think that they're gonna score a lot. I do think it's gonna be 38-34 in favor of the Kansas City Chiefs. Next is gonna be Cardinals and Jaguars. This is a pretty simple game. I'm gonna go Cardinals. They took the Titans down in week 1, and then they came back with a very close W over the Minnesota Vikings. And the Jaguars are coming off 2 L's, one of them to the Houston Texans, who a lot of people thought were going to go 0-17, and another one this week to the Denver Broncos, 13-3 or 13-23. The Broncos took the dub. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember what the score was with them and the Texans. I turned that game off like halfway through the game. But anyway, I do think that the Cardinals are gonna come in. Kyler's gonna come in. He's gonna look refreshed. DeAndre Hopkins, of course, is gonna come in looking refreshed. Christian Kirk, all of them. Chandler Jones on the defensive side. This team's just gonna come in, take down the Jaguars. I'm gonna say 24-6 for the Arizona Cardinals. As they walk in and just take them down. The Bears and the Browns both have looked pretty decent in the first 2 games. Let's see, I'm pretty sure. They are both 1-1. The Browns lost to the Chiefs 33-29, which we were talking about earlier. In which case Baker threw a very key last-minute INT that ended up sealing the game for the Kansas City Chiefs. And then they came back and won 31-21, I'm pretty sure, against the Houston Texans. The Bears lost like 34-14 or something like that against the Los Angeles Rams in week 1. and then they beat the Bengals. I don't remember what the score was against the Bengals. Well, I do know that they beat them because Joe Burrow threw 3 interceptions. At least I know that Joe Burrow ended up just like not doing well against the Bears. But yes, the Bears defense is looking hot. The Browns offense is looking hot. Justin Fields might be starting though because I think Andy Dalton might be injured. I haven't seen enough from Justin Fields for me to say that he is enough to take the Bears to the next level and beat the Browns. But I do think that him and the Bears defense are going to make it a close fight, along with Allen Robinson, David Montgomery, all of them against. Oh, I think I saw Jarvis Landry got injured too or something like that. But anyway, I think it's going to be a pretty close game. I think it's going to be like a very low-scoring game. I'm going to go with 20 to 14 in favor of the Cleveland Browns. I know, the Browns are actually Super Bowl contending teams now. It is kind of tough to hear. The Washington football team and the Buffalo Bills, both teams are 1-1. The Bills walked in and they lost to the Steelers in a disgusting match, 23-16. Then they came in and the Bills. And they came in and they beat the Dolphins 35-0 as they smacked them around. It did not even look fair. And then the Washington football team lost to the Chargers 2016. And then they came in and barely lost to the Giants, which the Giants should have won. But Darius Slayton apparently doesn't know how to catch. Anyway, the Bills are coming off a hot win, and they are going to come in rocking on this Washington football team defense that as of right now is looking pretty overrated. This Washington defense has not really showed up against either of the teams that they have faced, especially the New York Giants, who everybody saw them kind of just whooping. But it was a pretty good game that the Giants should have won. I do, I think that the Bills coming off of this massive W, they're gonna be hyped up. They're gonna walk in and they're gonna put the Washington football team down on their ass. I think that the Bills are gonna win 38-24 against the Washington football team. Titans and Colts. Oh crap! I don't even hold up. I'm actually gonna need to go check this real quick. The Titans are coming off of an overtime win over the Seahawks. I remember that. And the Colts are coming off of a loss to the Rams. So the Colts are coming in, I'm pretty sure, 0-2. And the Titans are coming in 1-1. These two teams, these are the two divisional teams that everybody thought that were going to be competing for the thing, even though right now they are tied with the Houston Texans for the division. The Titans are, because the Colts are down in the same spot as the Jaguars. This is not the team that everybody saw coming into this. Because the Colts, the first game, they lost to the Seahawks. I'm pretty sure it wasn't really all that close. I think Russell Wilson just decided to cook up a little steak on top of them. Anyway, yeah, and then they ended up losing to the Rams, I think is what it just said. No, wait, was it the Rams? Hold up. Yeah, they lost to the Rams 27-24. And then the Titans ended up, after getting whooped by the Arizona Cardinals, they ended up looking... They ended up showing up at the very end of that game against the Seattle Seahawks to make a very nice comeback to make it, 33-30. I think that the Titans coming off of a dub and the Colts coming off of 2 L's. The Colts might be coming back. I'm not going to be surprised if they do come back and they end up winning this game. But I'm going to predict that the Titans are going to win. But I think that this is going to be a somewhat high-scoring game, as that's what all of the Colts matches have been. So they are going to make sure that they rock up this game. I think that the Titans are going to win. I think it's going to be a somewhat high-scoring game. I'm going to say 35-31 in favor of the Titans. The Saints and Patriots. The Patriots are coming off of a W 25-26 over the Jets after they took an L in week 1, 17-16 to the Miami Dolphins. The Saints, after taking a massive dub in week 1, 38-3 against the Packers, looked a little sluggish against the Panthers as they take the L. It was either 26-17 or 26-7. But either way, they did not look good as 2019 Jameis Winston came back, and it was not the Jameis Winston from week 1. The Patriots and Mac Jones, he finally looks comfortable. Jameis Winston is, because this Patriots defense is looking pretty good. Jameis Winston is not looking that good. So I think that this is going to be a pretty nice battle. That is, if Jameis Winston goes back to being a week 1, this is going to be one heck of a showdown. And I think that he will, at least for this game alone. So I'm going to say that I do think that the Patriots, coming off this win, especially with Bill Belichick as their coach, and Mac Jones looking pretty good right now, I'm going to say that the Patriots are going to take the W. I'm saying 28-17 Patriots over Saints. No, 28-20 Patriots over Saints. That doesn't mean my final guess. Falcons and Giants. Both teams are walking into this 0-2 as the Falcons lost to the Eagles in week 1, 32-6, and then they take the L against the Buccaneers, 48-25. The Giants took the L in week 1 against the Denver Broncos. I don't really remember the score, but I know that they did take an L last week, 30-29 against the Washington football team. As Darius Slayton had the game-sealing touchdown in his fingertips and dropped it, so they had to settle for a field goal to barely take the lead with a minute and a half left. As Washington went down there, missed the field goal, but the Giants did jump off sides. I don't think that he jumped off sides, honestly, but that was the call on the field, so they say he jumped off sides. They get another kick from 5 yards up, and this time he nails it. I won't say nails it because he still almost missed, but either way, the Giants haven't really looked all that good. The receivers definitely haven't looked that good, but at the same time, neither have the Falcons. Neither one of these teams are looking good. Both of these teams are looking for some redemption. I do think that the Giants are coming in more prepared than the Falcons are after they have put up more of a fight in both of their games than the Falcons have in either one. So I do think that the Giants are going to walk in here and they're going to take a pretty heavy dub. I'm going to say the Falcons have 10, the Giants have 24. 24-10, Giants taking the dub over the Falcons. Bengals, Steelers. Bengals coming off of a few losses after Joe Burrow hasn't really looked all that good. The Steelers coming off of an L against the Steelers. I remember now. No, the Steelers coming off of a loss against the Raiders, who were looking pretty good, but we'll probably get to that a little bit later. The Bengals, Joe Mixon and all of that, they've been looking pretty dang good. I ain't finna lie. Except for like Joe Burrow, Joe Mixon still be looking good. Jamar Chase looks good in week 1. I forgot who they played in week 1. I'm sorry. Yes, they beat the Vikings. Okay. He was down. You ain't gotta go spam in my comment section. Dalvin Cook was down. But at the same time, you still don't know if y'all would have won, and y'all still should not let it get that close to the Bengals. Yes, y'all probably should have won this week too. Y'all kind of choked it at the end, but at the same time, I'm sorry. I was thinking about the Vikings. Y'all did not choke, but yeah. So the Bengals ended up not doing that good. The Steelers ended up losing. No, they ended up winning against the Bills 23-16 after their defense looked tremendous, and then they ended up losing to the Raiders 26-17. But if I do want to go see what the Saints score was, it was 26-7. I'm sorry. Anyway, the Steelers defense is definitely gonna be enough to stop the Bengals offense. So I do think it's gonna be a very close, low-scoring game. I say 20-7. Steelers are beating the Bengals, maybe even 20-10. But I say 20-7. Steelers are taking the dub. Ravens are winning this. I don't really need to say why, but I will. They lost a very close match to the Raiders, who are looking absolutely amazing right now. They came back to take a dub over the Chiefs, 36-35 on Sunday Night Football. The Lions have looked horrible in Week 1. Whenever I'm making this, it is right before the countdown to the Week 2 showdown against the Packers. As of right now, I am saying Ravens win 27-10. Although if the Lions end up beating the Packers tonight, I will bring it up to about, I will say it will be probably about 21-17. Because if the Lions can show that they can beat the Packers, I do think it's gonna be a little bit closer to a scoring game. But either way, I do pick the Ravens to win because it is still the Lions. And yeah, so Ravens are taking the dub there. Jets and Broncos. The Broncos have been looking good with and without Jerry Jeudy. I think that they're saying that Teddy Bridgewater might not start. I think he will, and if he does, they are definitely taking the dub here. They are 2-0. The Jets, I'm pretty sure, are 0-2. Yes, they are 0-2 after they lost to the Panthers 19-14 and the Patriots 25-6. While the Broncos are coming off of 2 dubs, one of them being 17-13 against the Giants, and the other one being 23-13 against the Jaguars, who did miss 2 field goals. So it's a little bit closer than they probably wanted. But I do think that the Broncos are once again going to do just enough to piece out of this game with a win, and are going to stay undefeated, and we're going to see if the Raiders stay undefeated in the AFC West also. But yes, I do see the Broncos coming out. I do think that their defense is still really good. Patrick Surtain, which I'm still a little salty about as a Cowboys fan. 1 pick before us, he got snatched whenever they didn't even need a corner. I'll say that for a different time. Yeah, we didn't get Micah Parsons, but yeah, I think that the Broncos defense is definitely enough to shut down the Jets offense. I'm gonna say that the Broncos are gonna win this 28-10 is my prediction for the Broncos Jets. I think the Broncos are coming out on top. Dolphins Raiders. The Dolphins are coming off of a massive L, 35-0 against the Bills after they did beat the New England Patriots 17-16, that 1 point difference. The Raiders are coming off 2 W's, one 26-7 against the Steelers in Week 2. The other one of the best games that you will see of this season by far, against the Baltimore Ravens in a 27-24 comeback in overtime. So yeah, the Raiders are definitely coming into this with the favorites, and I will be taking the favorites in this one as Derek Carr is looking like an MVP candidate. So I will say that Derek Carr is enough to take this team to the next. That is enough to, take this team along with Darren Waller if Josh Jacobs plays, and Brian. Fudge, I forgot his name. Brian Edwards. Enough to take this team to the next level. They will be beating the Dolphins, I will say, 38-14. The Rams Bucks. This will be a very good matchup. Matthew Stafford on his new team against Tom Brady and the Buccaneers, who are 2-0, and so are the Rams. This will be a very good matchup, defense versus defense. I do think that the Rams offense, as of right now, is looking a little bit more powerful, but at the same time, they haven't really faced the best defense yet. So as of right now, I will be taking the Buccaneers because the Rams have not proven enough to me because they haven't really faced like the best yet. Although they did look like a very good playoff contending team. I will say that I'm gonna say that the Buccaneers are gonna stay undefeated. But it is definitely going to be a shootout. I'm saying 42-38 in favor of the Buccaneers. Seahawks Vikings. The Seahawks are coming off of a comeback W from the Titans, 30-33 in overtime. After they did beat they beat the Colts. And then the Vikings are coming off of 2 straight L's against not the best teams, except for against a one not so good team. and one pretty dang good team. But I don't think that their offense is gonna be enough to take down the Seahawks, as Russell Wilson has been cooking. DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Chris Carson's been cooking a little bit. I do think that the Seahawks are gonna still take this dub. I'm gonna say I think it's gonna be a pretty somewhat high scoring game. I think it's gonna be 31-24 in favor of the Seahawks. All right, these are the last two games. The Sunday night football will be Packers and 49ers. I haven't gotten to see the Packers tonight to see if they can come back. The 49ers have not looked the best, but neither of the Packers. So I really don't think that this is definitely going to be a low-scoring game unless the Packers decide to just massacre, because the 49ers offense is not doing anything. Their defense is carrying them right now against the Seahawks and the Lions. Oh, yeah. Ooh, this is definitely going to be a low-scoring game. I don't know if the Packers are going to be able to do anything. I think that the Packers are going to come out of this with a very slight W, 17-13 over the 49ers. This is a very... I don't even know if this is an upset or not. I don't really know the favorite is coming into this game. They are both not really there today, but the 49ers haven't faced the best teams either. So I'm saying 17-13 Packers. Cowboys and Eagles. The Eagles are coming off of a slight L, 17-11 over the 49ers, who we were just talking about, after they took a massive W over the Falcons, 32-6. Their defense is looking really good, and the Cowboys' offense isn't looking the best. But at the same time, the Eagles' offense isn't really looking all that amazing right now. And the Cowboys' defense is looking definitely a lot better than it was before, because last season we were horrible, dog crap. This season we were 2 points off of the Super Bowl champs, 31-29 in week 1, and then we narrowed over the Chargers 20-17 with the refs not really, refs being a little on the worst side. But yes, the Eagles are coming in. Their offense is not looking amazing. Their defense is looking pretty well though. But I think that this is the week that our offense figures things out. So I think that our defense has shut down the Eagles for most of the game. So I'm gonna say that we are gonna win this 28-21. No, 31. I'm saying 31-21 in favor of the Cowboys. This might be a little biased, so don't go saying bias in the comments. I'm telling you, I'm being biased. I'm saying that we're gonna win this thing 31-21 over the Philadelphia Eagles. So those are my predictions. Let's see how well I do. Peace.